What's going on, good peoples? All right, today we're going to be working on dividing mixed numbers. Okay, all right, so if you're around 5th or 6th grade, this would be a perfect activity for you to work on. All right, let's jump into it. So for this first one, we have 1 2/3 divided by 2 1/2. All right, so real quick, the first thing we want to get into, when you are dividing mixed numbers, you got to remember, you can't really divide mixed numbers. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is change both of these to improper fractions. Okay, so when I say improper fractions, that means my numerator will be greater than my denominator. Okay, so if you need a review on how to do that, start with your denominator. So we're going to do 3 times 1 plus 2. Okay, so for this one, 3 times 1 is 3. You add 2, that's 5. You keep your denominator. So that's going to be 5/3. Then we're going to divide. Same thing here. Change this improper fraction change this mixed number to an improper fraction. So we're going to do 2 times 2, which is 4. Then we're going to add 1. So that's going to give us 5. Once again, that's my numerator. Keep your denominator of 2. All right. So as I tell my students all the time, you cannot divide a fraction because why? Fractions are actually division. Okay. So what do we use when we are dividing fractions? Okay. We use keep, change, flip. Okay. Keep, change, flip. So that first fraction that you have, you're going to keep. So we're going to keep 5/3. We're going to change this division to a multiplication. And then we're going to flip, also known as the reciprocal, 5/2 and make that 2/5. Okay. All right. So if we're looking at this now, we got 5/3 times 2/5. Okay. Now that I have a numerator and a denominator, I can basically just multiply going left and right. Okay. So 5 times 2, 10. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, now 10/15 can actually be simplified. Okay, so you got to think, what number can go into 10 and 5 evenly? Okay, that would actually be 5. Okay, so if I divided this by 5, a numerator and a denominator by 5, that would have given us 2/3. Okay, not too bad. Okay, so if I got 5 and 1/4 divided by 1 and 4/7, once again, you got to remember, you cannot divide mixed numbers. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is change this to an improper fraction. Okay, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21. So you're going to keep that 21/4. Keep my division symbol for now. Then same thing, 7 times 1, 7 plus 4 is 11. So that's my numerator. Keep my denominator of 7. Okay, so remember, you cannot divide fractions. Fractions are the same thing as division, essentially. So what we're going to do, keep, change, flip. Okay, so you want to keep that first fraction as it is. So that's 21/4. Okay, we're going to change this division to multiplication. So that'll be times. And then we're going to flip 11/7, and we're going to make that actually 7/11. Okay, all right. Now let's try this. We got 21 times 7. What would that be? 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So it'll be 147. 4 times 11 is 44. Okay, now, what I try to tell my students are, anytime that you're dealing with an improper fraction, try to change that to a mixed number. So let's think, how many times can 44 go into 147 without going over? Okay, if I had to estimate, I would say 3. So let's say 44 times 3. That's going to give us 132. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the closest we're going to get to 147. So if we're changing this to a mixed number, 44 can go into 147 3 times. Okay, we're going to keep our denominator of 44. Okay, now we just got to think, what's 147 minus 132? Okay, that would have given us 15. Okay, so my answer for that last one would actually be 3 and 15/44. Okay, It's pretty easy money. Like I said, it's just understanding the first thing when you divide and mix numbers, you got to change them to improper fractions. And anytime you're dealing with division, make sure that you keep make sure you change them using keep, change, flip. Let's keep it going.